YouTube family. All right, I'm picturing, I just made my fruit trays yesterday and finished them, and the fruit trays look pretty freaking awesome. But then I started picturing like a barrel, almost like a trash can, or I guess you could put utensils in it. You could have it by your toilet in the bathroom, store a few rolls of toilet paper. It could be a bathroom trash can. I mean, it could be, use your imagination. It could be whatever you want it to be. My chainsaw bar is 16 inches and I have to bore this out. So the center barrel of this can't be more than 16. So I think I'm gonna go with like 17. If I go with 17, I cut a inch off the top, inch off the bottom. That'll leave me like 15, so I know my bar will fit all the way through this. So we're gonna cut it right here. 17. If we could turn this into like a log barrel with a lid type deal. Hopefully it's not gonna rain anymore. It's been thundering and storming most of the day so far, but I think we're clear. I still hadn't sharpened this new chain yet. I could tell I need to, but it's still cutting. Get this over to the carving station and see if we could turn this into a barrel with a lid. All right, let's see how flat this is sitting. That actually don't look bad. It's a little off. I think that's fine with me. In my carvings, this art, I am not going for perfection. I like things a little off. I think it just gives it character. I think some people don't like that, and then some people actually love that. So it's kind of in between there. First thing is first, I'm gonna cut my top and bottom off. This is gonna be fairly simple. It's gonna be a whole lot of freaking hollowing out work with the chainsaw. I mean, it's gonna take me a long time to hollow this thing out, bore it out as much as I want, but really 2 cuts, then bore it out. Pretty simple, but a lot of work. And you just have to be real careful not to go too deep when you're hollowing this out, because you don't want to go through the side, so you can't get too close. So you do have to be thoughtful and a little careful. Very soon I am planning on taking this box off and building a wooden table. Turns out this is way too slick for chainsaw carving, so I actually have to put a piece of wood under it to help me get grip. One thing that really helps and makes things a lot faster putting it back together is marking how it goes, so you're not sitting there looking at it trying to figure it out. Now we are about to bore cut this thing and start hollowing this out. This is a very crazy long bore cut, and the bar is barely gonna go through it, just barely. Barely sticking out. That's very close right there. All right, that was pretty successful, but this is scary here. That is just way too close to the edge right there. So I'm gonna have to be so careful not to hollow that out any closer to that edge. That's super dangerous. That could ruin the whole project. Just one slip going too far there can ruin the whole thing. I got a whole lot of carving out to do here. I gotta hollow this out and it's gonna take a long time, especially over here. I'm almost tempted to plunge the saw in there again and get rid of this big chunk here, because that is a lot of carving to dwindle that down with the chainsaw. There we go. I cut that big chunk out of there. So this is gonna be a lot easier to hollow out and kind of round. I just kind of want to round these out a little bit. Round them out as much as I can. A little while later, got this thing hollowed out pretty good. I don't know if a roll of toilet paper, I think a few rolls would fit in there, I think. I say that because that's something my mom would do with this. She would have this in the bathroom by the toilet. I know her. She would have like 3 or 4 rolls of toilet paper in this thing. My mom's, she's like that with her bathroom and house decorations. She's pretty creative with stuff. This is gonna be the top. I'm gonna have the lid, and then I'm gonna cut a slice off of this to attach to the lid, and then I can attach my hinges to this. I gotta figure out where I want, which part I want to be the front, so I know where to cut a flat cut for mounting my hinges. More than likely I need to do it on a wider part, so we still have a little bit of width in there for strength in the lid, holding hinges. And it's raining a little bit. I might have to move this log under the shelter and go under the shelter for a little bit. I hope it's not gonna rain. The weather, you hear that thunder? It don't matter what the weather app says. When it's thundering and raining, it's here. I'm kind of caught in between right now because this looks so pretty without a lid because you can see down in there and it's just so pretty. I was looking at my fruit bowls that I carved yesterday while I was sitting in there. It was raining. They just look so pretty. It's tempting to just leave this open like this, just a hollowed out log. At the same time, the lid could be very pretty too. So I think I am gonna do a lid on this one and maybe do another one without a lid. I don't know. I mean, I can make these all day. I think I'm going to cut this out, cut this back off from my hinges, where I'm gonna mount my hinges. Matches here. That's going to be the back hinge. So that's the back. And this log sticking out here will hit right there and stop and stay open. So now I got to figure out what I want to do here in the front. When you open it, it'll stop right there. Dang right, man. That's pretty cool. So now I just gotta do something in the front here. Make the front cool. Kind of like I did in the back for the hinges. I guess I could do the same thing in the front pretty much. That is pretty cool. Alright. So now we got kind of a spot to lift up the lid. I could go bigger with it, but I don't know if I want to. There we go. That'll look a lot different after it's sanded. There we go. That looks cool. Then you got a place to grab. Oh yeah, that's nice. Bang. I actually cut this flat part back here for the hinges, but I was looking at it and I actually like that as the front. I can easily put the hinges here, so I'm gonna sand this real flat for the hinges. That's gonna be the back, and what I thought was gonna be the back is gonna be the front. It's got a lot of overhang to pull it up. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm gonna sand the crap out of this thing. Lots of sanding. We are sanded. This thing is beautiful. Gotta assemble it. It actually turned out pretty light. It ain't super heavy. I mean, it is a log, but I hollowed so much out that it's really not that heavy. It is a heavy little thing. I don't really know what to call it. I guess it's my my log barrel with a lid. So I gotta attach this to the lid. I gotta attach the bottom to the bottom, and then we'll be putting a finish on this thing. Oh yeah, need some glue and some screws, dowel rods, cover up the screws, and then we're gonna put about 3 hinges in the back, these small decorative hinges. I think they look pretty cool when you use 3 or 4 of them together. It looks sort of like a box hinge when they're all together. That's what's up. And I sanded the inside by hand quite a bit. Still got a few stringy pieces in there. I might have to go over that a little bit more before I assemble it. All the other 3 sides are pretty smooth. Looks like I missed a few little hangers in there. We are assembled. Look at that. Not bad. Got us some hinges. 3 hinges in the back. The lid just stays open like that. Now it is time to put a finish on this thing and make it pretty. I'm gonna put me a paper towel down. Protect the top, because I'm gonna start with the bottom, work my way up. Oh yeah. I want to get all in these cracks, fill those up with finish. Oh yeah. Starting to look prettier now. Now I gotta finish the inside. Reach way down in here, and I want this whole inside shiny and finished too. Oh yeah. I got the inside coated. We'll get this lid. Pretty. Check this out. All finished and shiny. I am noticing a couple spots under the light that I might need to touch up a little that aren't so shiny. There's a spot there that's, oh, it's shiny. It's just got moisture on it from the rain. That's what it is. That's not though. That needs to be touched up there. But it is super shiny though. I don't know if you can see that. It is nice and shiny. The log barrel. Too cool. This turned out so good. I really love this. And the bigger log you use, the bigger you can hollow it out. These would be some amazing little trash cans. And I could go a little taller. I could use like an 18-inch bar and go a little. I used a 16-inch bar, so I could use an 18-inch bar, even probably a 20-inch. Or I could bust out a big chainsaw and really do a bigger log if I wanted to. So this is a great idea here that I love this. I really love this. I think I'm definitely going to be making more of these. Just too cool. Basically, the same thing as these trays. Just taller with a lid on it. Too awesome. I love this idea. I'm definitely going further with this. I'm going to be doing more of these. More of the bird houses. I just have a whole lot of carving that I want to do. I think my next idea is to do these, basically my fruit bowls here, but if you turn them upside down, how do they match? Like that. If you turn them like that, they match. These are basically twin bowls out of a log. So I think the next project I want to do is do one of these, but actually put hinges on it. You can tell that one's a little taller. So I would have to cut them a lot more perfect. I'm going to have to do measurements to make sure they match really good. The best I can make them match. Cut a flat side, And I was thinking to put hinges where you can open this log up into a double tray. I think that would be really, really cool. So that's something I want to do. I have more birdhouses that I actually have to carve because I'm getting some birdhouse orders, which is freaking awesome. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. And let me know what you think about the box idea with this, where it could be a box. It'll have hinges and it'll have a flat back with hinges, and then you can open it perfectly into a double tray. You could use that for crafting, beads, all kinds of stuff, and actually have a box that you could shut, open it up, spread stuff out, work with it, put it back, or just open it up for decorations on your table or whatever. I love these. I freaking really love this. I know people will eat these up. So dang right. I got more stuff coming, more ideas. I'm about to ride, check the P.O. box, and then I'm gonna come back and probably do more carving today because I am getting in my groove with this carving. And as I go, I'm just coming up with better ideas. And it's just awesomeness, man. This is just awesomeness doing this stuff out of logs. Just wow, man. Just wow.